Okay, YouTube, it's your man BG Tech Life. I've been using the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra for about 3 days now. So the first 72 hours of use. Of course, I'm not gonna give y'all a full-on review, but I do have some feelings. I want to give y'all more in-depth first impressions of the device because I gave y'all a first impressions of the build, but I want to talk a little bit more in depth. There's some things that I see in the device. And also, I want to talk about the noise around the device. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Between the noise around the device and the use that I've had with the device, 3 days later, 72 hours in, I'm feeling like the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra is underrated. Yeah, I said it, guys. I feel like the S26 Ultra is really underrated out here, guys. I feel like there's a lot going on with this device that is not getting its proper shine. People are not taking that time to look at the device, look at the features, or actually even gain any knowledge about the device before just saying this device is the same as the last Ultra device. And that's been a thing every year. It seemed like since S23 Ultra, they said the S23 Ultra was the same as the S22. They said the S24 Ultra was the same as the S23. They said the S25 Ultra was the same and worse than the S24. Then we get the S26 Ultra. Now the S25 Ultra is the golden Ultra and it's better than the S26 Ultra. This is the same circus every year from content creators. Now, no, I'm not trying to sell you on this phone, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you a lie, guys. I feel like I said, people just not doing the research or looking at any phone. If you look at the phone statistically, even on paper, you can see that this device is not the same as the S25 Ultra. And in some ways, you could say the S25 Ultra is better than this device. And I tell you, in some departments where the S25 Ultra is a little bit better. Now, when we talk about the build of this device, guys, it depends on what you like. If you like a premium build, the S25 Ultra comes off as way more premium, like I said in my first video. It comes off a little more dense. It's got a nice titanium frame. The glass on the back is very nice. It's a very well put together device. This device is made out of aluminum. It's a little bit more airy, but one thing I do like about it is a little bit more lightweight and easier to hold in the hand. But as far as if I had to say what device feel more premium, just off a build, I would pick the S25 Ultra. But I will say I like that this device is a little bit lightweight, and I like that the camera section, we don't have those black rings like we do on the S25 Ultra. But just off of, if I had to pick one device for the most premium, I say off looks and just off feel in the hand, S25 Ultra feel more premium. But if you want something lightweight and you don't mind it feeling a little airy, not as premium, S26 Ultra for somebody that want the lightest device. Now we talk about this device, guys. I've even heard someone say that this device has the same processor as the S25 Ultra. Like, let's be real here. This is the Snapdragon 8 Elite overclocked specifically for Galaxy. This is a very powerful device. Now, you may not, and using the S25 Ultra, S26 Ultra, depending on what you're doing on your device, most times you won't feel the power difference. You won't feel the difference in power because the S25 Ultra is the Snapdragon 8 Elite chip, also very powerful. So you won't feel the difference, but statistically, there are differences. This device is more powerful. It's a more powerful device in certain situations. It's a more powerful device when it comes to utilizing AI. And this is just a fact, guys. I mean, I could literally sit here and run benchmarks, but there's no need to run benchmarks. We know that this is the newer, more powerful processor in this device. And as far as processors go, I feel like they also powerful. They also good that now it's about longevity. I got the newest processor this year, so I could probably keep this device 5-6 years and it probably run really good. So literally the S26 Ultra is one of the most powerful Android devices that you can buy on the market right now with this new chipset that's specifically overclocked for this device with a bigger vapor chamber. So performance is definitely going to be there, and this is something that set it apart from the S25 Ultra and any other Android device. Now, as far as the display, I feel like yes, Samsung was wrong. They should not have said anything about a 10-bit display if they wasn't going to put a 10-bit display in the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra. If they was going to try to use some different type of technology to get a better look for the display, okay, that's one thing, but just say that. Don't act like, or don't cap and say, oh, we got 10-bit display coming in the S26 Ultra, because that's a bad look for the company. Now, as far as the display go, I'm gonna be honest with you. The S25 Ultra and S26 Ultra were both groundbreaking technologies was introduced for displays. S25 Ultra, the anti-reflective coating on the S25 Ultra is no joke. It's something that's not even on a lot of devices other than the iPhone 17 Pro. And the one that's on the iPhone 17 Pro is no good. It's nowhere near the one that's on the S25 Ultra. S25 Ultra got the best anti-reflective screen out. Then for S26 Ultra, they want to add the anti-reflective screen with something new. And they was able to utilize this privacy glass. Now S26 Ultra adds privacy mode. And yes, there are some drawbacks, and I'm sure S27, S28, the privacy mode will be done in a way it doesn't affect other areas of the screen at all. So yes, of course the screen may be a little dimmer, it may be a little bit more washed out when utilizing it, but it comes in handy having a privacy display that you can cut on and off. I don't have to walk around with my phone with the privacy glass on all the time, and when I take it off, I can't put it back on. This is something you could cut on as a convenience and cut off, or not even use it for the whole display. Just things like passwords, just certain apps, which is really, really clutch. I don't care what anybody say, this is nowhere near gimmick. The way that people were scamming and being nosy now, this is actually a life hack. And just to talk cameras really quick, guys, because I don't want to get deep into cameras with y'all right now, because I want to have a lot of proof, a lot of evidence, a lot of video when I dive into this camera. And I don't have that right now. But I have been taking some shots, guys, and I will notice you do have a physical change on these camera sensors. Yes, everybody see the same megapixels. It's the same cameras, the same cameras, the same cameras, the same camera sensors. The Google Pixel had the same camera sensors for 5 years, and based off computational photography, it was still one of the best point and shoot camera systems on the market. And everybody loved it, and everybody was okay with it, including me. They just tightened up that processing every year till it was the best. Now, I will say with the S26 Ultra, guys, I'm noticing two things. The aperture, letting in a little more light, is actually a real thing. I've taken a look at some pictures I shot with the S25 and the S26. You're getting more light with this because it's got a real physical change in the aperture. And with those changes, I feel like you're not only getting better night mode pictures, but you also getting better pictures just off of being able to get more light. So even in a situation where it's not dark, but it's not a whole lot of light, you getting more light and the pictures are more quality, not breaking down as fast. More information, more light is always going to help a camera, guys, and deliver a more solid picture. So I really feel like it's been real improvements made with the video and the photos on the S26 Ultra and the better processing. Just because you throw new sensors into a device, sometimes that could be like starting back at A1 and you have to tune them and you have to get the processing together all over again. I really like the images that the S26 Ultra is producing, and that extra light is just overall helping the image quality for video, pictures, night mode, during the day, whatever. So for somebody to actually sit there and say this is the same thing, same camera system, when we actually got some real adjustments and processing, and we got a whole new codec for video that's competing with the iPhone 17 Pro, Okay, so now we can talk battery life. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. 5,000 milliamps. I'm not really worried about the milliamps as long as I get all day battery. I've been getting all day battery on my Samsung, just like S24 Ultra. I've been cool with the batteries on the Ultra. As long as it lasts me all day, charge at night, I don't need more than that. I'm not really asking for more than that. I know there's a lot of people, they just want a bigger battery, they want a 2-day battery, they want the OnePlus 15 battery. Now, it is new battery technology out. What is it? Silicon carbon technology. But that technology is not tried and proven. So for them to use a battery technology, we starting to find out slowly but surely that silicon carbon batteries do not last as long as the normal batteries that they put in their smartphones. So it is some risk there. And we talk about phones that's supposed to last for 7 years and get updates for 7 years. These batteries haven't been out for 7 years. So we have to see how this battery technology hold up. If you want your phones to really last, sometimes you can't jump on every technology. Now, like I said, 5,000 milliamps, I'm not bothered because I get all day battery life. But one thing people don't speak about is the 60 watts of fast charging that we getting now. One of the big issues with Samsung and the battery was that it charged so slow. I think 60 watts is pretty good. So now that we got 60 watts of fast charging, you can't say the battery situation is still the same. We charging to 75% in 30 minutes. That's not OnePlus, but it's very good, especially for a phone that's in the United States. And I'm not one that's going to sit here and say, I'd rather have a big battery. Get rid of the S Pen. No. Why get rid of the S Pen? If you want a phone with a big battery, go. They got plenty of phones with big batteries. You can go buy a Unihertz phone with a 20,000 milliamp battery if that's what you about. Go get you a phone with a big battery. Don't ask them to take a S Pen out of a phone that's known for having the S Pen that people buy for the S Pen just to appease a certain group of people. If you want a big battery and you don't want the S Pen, buy a OnePlus 15, 7,000 milliamps. I'm gonna be honest with you. The devices that I like are the devices that I buy. So I'm not gonna buy a device that I don't like and try to make it into a device I like. I'm gonna try to find a device that fits my needs, utilize it, and I want them, of course, to make it better. But I'm not gonna utilize a device that's nothing, that's got an S Pen that I'd never use, and then say get rid of the S Pen. That means that option is not there for someone else. Like, I'm not a big fan of foldable devices anymore, but you won't hear me say, well, just stop making foldables, because I don't care about foldables. So that would be a disjustice for the people that love the foldable devices. But yeah, man, I just had to get this off at owning this device for 3 days, 72 hours. I feel like everything that's on this device is kind of being looked over, when it's some, it is some things that went backwards, but it's definitely some things that went forwards. It's your man BG Tech Life. Come on, peace.